You're listening to Headspin by Aslan's Place, bite-sized episodes where Paul L. Cox and Jeff Stow help you understand biblical concepts that may seem confusing, but can be understood with the proper foundation.
Today we are going to talk about introduction to discernment. So real quickly, can you give us an intro to discernment?
Okay, discernment is a biblical concept in which you have physical reaction. I talk about seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling to spiritual things. So then you understand what is going on in the spiritual world. You're not guessing. You are trained to be very precise in what is happening in the spiritual world.
Okay. Now, I know I'll ask you a little bit of a leading question here. Solomon asked for wisdom, didn't he?
That is what I was taught in my Southern Baptist church as I was growing up. And I was shocked when I discovered that actually Solomon asked for discernment. If you look at that passage, it actually says that he might know what is good or evil. That is the gift of discernment. Now, there is one place in First Chronicles where it says he asked for wisdom. So wisdom obviously is tied to that, but the core of what he asked for was discernment.
So we're saying senses, so we're saying taste, sight, hearing, seeing.
Feeling.
I'm sorry?
Feeling.
Feeling. So we're going around and all this stuff is happening. We're sensing all this stuff. And what use is that?
Well, I have been challenged with that. Very early on, an internationally known prophet actually said one day I would mature and move into the prophetic. But when I discovered that I could discern Melchizedek, and the key verse for discernment is right in the middle of the passage about Melchizedek, that you would train your senses to know what is good and evil. And so Melchizedek is Jesus as our high priest. And Jesus said while he was walking on the earth that he wanted to only do what the Father was doing. That is discernment. Discernment helps you to know what the Father is doing. And it is not a third or fourth rate gifting. It actually is a very important gifting to really accomplish what the Father is doing on earth. As a Baptist pastor, I had no clue what the Father was doing. I asked the Father to do what I was doing. And I've now moved into a new area of my life. And this is intimacy with the Father. People for years, decades, thousands of years, have wanted to have a connection with God, and they would even sacrifice their children to gain that connection. And the good news is that that is a gift from the Holy Spirit to us so that we can really know what is going on and not be fooled by deception of the enemy.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for this introduction to discernment. I know there's so much more here. And if you would like to find out more about discernment, there's a couple of links listed below. If you have any questions about what we've talked about here, you can make a comment below, and Paul or a minister from Aslan's Place will get back to you about that topic. If you have another topic that's making your head spin, feel free to comment on that, and we'll see if Paul will take a swing at it. Paul, thanks so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jeff.
Headspin is hosted by Jeff Stow and produced by Aslan's Place Ministry. For more information on Aslan's Place, visit aslansplace.com.